Hey, Witches of the Moon. It is just Spellbound here for week 18. I am sorry I missed week 17. Things were a little bit crazy here. um, anyway, it is nice to be back and wonderful to be on another topic. So, this week we are talking about karmic debt and how to balance these scales. So I think this one is actually pretty simple as far as my opinion on the matter goes. I think that karma works, in not a, quick way. It takes time, it rolls over, all these things, right? That's why we're obviously even talking about it to begin with. So I think that, I'm sorry, I am freezing back here. So I might grab a baby and start to paint. I think that balancing out the karmic scales, I think a good way of doing that really just simply is prayer and being a good person. I think that prayer goes a long way as far as tipping the tides in a positive way. At least that would be my humble opinion on it, that prayer, obviously never hurts. And if you have lived a past life that had accrued, I don't know, that has had leftover bad karma that you think is taking its toll on you now, I think prayer is a great way of chipping some of that away. I also feel like just in a very mundane way, it is just being a good person. Like, don't be a jerk. And we all have different opinions of what a jerk is, but like, try to downsize the amount of times you want to stick your foot in your mouth. That would be another one of another advice that I would give, because I think that karma is all about how we live in this world and how we treat others. So if the idea of karma is, similar to the threefold rule, right, in Wicca, which is, anything that you do to somebody else comes back to you 3 times, right? So if that's the case, then that's going to be the same even if you put out positivity and good good manners, even something as simple as that, not being rude to the person standing in front of you who may be taking a little bit extra longer in line, not flipping out on somebody because you don't see the same way, you don't see a topic the same way. But I think for the sake of, this channel, we're talking about witchcraft, and what, I think that still, no matter what, I think you should, even in your daily practice, and I know not everybody's going to agree with me, and that, that's fine. This is just my opinion. I do believe that you should try to keep your magical life, where it's not hurting anybody else. Because at the end of the day, like, again, this is just for me. I don't want to be somebody who hurts other people, but I also don't want to be a doormat. So I think that it's finding the balance between the two, of not being a doormat, but also not just having to be a jerk all the time either. You want to live your life in a way that you can be proud of, and not in a way that you are ashamed of. So for me, that's like the simplest way to put it. Live your life in a way that you're proud of. Live your magical life in a way that you're proud of. Live your spirituality in a way that you're proud of, and that you are in you are able to move. What was it that I'm trying to say? That you're able to like take what others say and do with a grain of salt, and be super comfortable in who you are and what you do as a human being in your practice, in your just generally in your life. You know, look for the strength to be that kind of person. And I feel like this also can easily tie in with shadow work. You know, sorry, I heard my dog, I thought. I think that with shadow work is a great way of, I read somewhere, and correct me if I'm wrong, please, but I thought I read somewhere that the things that are shadow to you, right, part of your shadow self, are things that either happen to you in this life. And if you're unfamiliar with why it's a shadow thing, yeah, a shadow aspect of yourself, then it could have possibly happened in a past life. So doing shadow work, I think too, to kind of narrow down the focus of why you have certain feelings, or why you react in ways that you react, is a really great place to start, because then you can start really combating that aspect, right? So, you know what? I think that's pretty much it. Be a good person, be a good human being, and practice your magic. Um, you know, and practice, the way that feels right for you. But also know that just not only in magic, but just in life, if you put bad things out there, bad things are going to come back. I do 100% believe that. You don't, so for me, it's always tread carefully and make sure that what you're doing is done with the best intentions. All right, well, I am going to finish up another doll because apparently I have issues lately, and I will see you all next week. All right, you guys, blessed be.